Tarzan versus the Leopard, the jungle's ultimate showdown. Deep in the heart of the African jungle, where the canopy formed an endless emerald roof, Tarzan swung effortlessly through the vines. His bronzed muscles gleamed with the sweat of exertion, but his mind was troubled. The jungle, normally alive with harmonious sounds of life, was unusually quiet. Even the distant roars of lions seemed subdued. Something was wrong. Tarzan perched on a high branch, surveying the land with keen eyes that missed nothing. He listened to the whispers of the jungle, the uneasy chatter of monkeys, the rustling of frightened prey hiding in the undergrowth, and the sporadic screeches of birds taking flight. The balance was broken. That night, as the stars blanketed the sky, Tarzan sat in council with his family of apes. The oldest among them, Carrick, spoke in hoarse grunts and gestures, relaying stories of a great predator that had come to dominate the jungle. It was no ordinary leopard, Carrick warned. It was larger, faster, and more cunning than any they had seen before. The beast hunted for pleasure, leaving death in its wake and instilling fear in creatures that once roamed freely. Tarzan clenched his fists. "The jungle is our home. I will not allow this," he said in the language of the apes. His words carried weight, for Tarzan was not just a man. He was the jungle's protector. The next morning, Tarzan prepared for the hunt. He fashioned a sturdy spear with a sharpened stone tip and slung a vine rope over his shoulder. From a hollow tree, he retrieved a necklace woven from animal teeth, a gift from his ape mother that he wore in times of great trials. It was a reminder of his connection to the jungle and the family that raised him. Tarzan moved with practiced stealth, his bare feet silent on the forest floor. The leopard's tracks were easy to follow at first, a trail of crushed grass and claw-marked bark. As he ventured deeper into the jungle, the signs became more sporadic, as if the beast was toying with him. By midday, Tarzan reached a dark stretch of forest. The sunlight barely penetrated the dense canopy, and the air was thick with tension. He paused, crouching low to examine the ground. Blood spattered the leaves nearby, and the remains of an antelope lay torn and discarded. This was not the work of hunger. It was a display of dominance. Suddenly, a low growl rumbled from the shadows. Tarzan froze, his senses heightened. The leopard emerged, its golden coat dappled with black rosettes that seemed to shimmer in the dim light. It was massive, its muscles rippling with every step. Its emerald eyes locked onto Tarzan, unblinking and full of malice. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. Tarzan gripped his spear, his muscles coiled like a panther ready to strike. The leopard circled him slowly, its movements fluid and deliberate. Tarzan knew he was not just facing an animal. He was confronting a force of nature, a challenger to his rule as the jungle's protector. The leopard lunged first, a blur of claws and fangs. Tarzan dodged, rolling to the side and landing in a crouch. The beast's claws sliced through the air where he had been moments before, carving deep gouges into the ground. Tarzan countered, thrusting his spear, but the leopard twisted away with supernatural agility. The battle raged on, an epic clash of man and beast. Tarzan used his agility to stay one step ahead, leaping into the trees and using the vines to swing out of the leopard's reach. The beast, however, was relentless. It climbed after him, its claws finding purchase on even the smoothest bark. Tarzan set traps, luring the leopard into thickets of thorny vines and narrow ravines. But the beast outwitted him at every turn, using its brute strength to tear through obstacles and its keen intelligence to avoid ambushes. As the hours passed, both combatants bore the marks of their struggle. Tarzan's chest was streaked with scratches, his skin bruised from near misses. The leopard's golden coat was matted with dirt and blood, its movements slightly slower but no less dangerous. At dusk, Tarzan realized brute strength would not win this fight. He needed the jungle itself. He climbed to a high vantage point and let out a resonant call, a deep and primal sound that echoed through the trees. The jungle responded. A cacophony of life erupted as animals rallied to Tarzan's side. Elephants trumpeted in the distance, their heavy steps shaking the ground. Birds of every color filled the sky, their cries disorienting the leopard. Monkeys swung through the trees, dropping fruit and sticks to distract the predator. Amid the chaos, Tarzan descended with a mighty leap, landing directly in front of the leopard. This time, he did not aim to kill but to command. With a fierce cry, he drove his spear into the ground beside the beast, the force splitting the earth. The leopard froze, its wild eyes meeting Tarzan's. There was a moment of silence as the two regarded each other. Tarzan's gaze was unyielding, filled with the authority of one who understood the jungle's laws. The leopard, panting and bloodied, seemed to hesitate. Then, with a low growl, it backed away, disappearing into the shadows. Tarzan watched it go, his breathing steady despite his exhaustion. The jungle had spoken, and the balance was restored. He turned to the animals that had come to his aid, offering a silent nod of gratitude. They dispersed, returning to their lives, their fear replaced by trust in their protector. As the moon rose high in the sky, Tarzan climbed to the top of a towering tree and gazed out over the jungle. The night was alive again with the sounds of harmony. The leopard was still out there, a reminder of the jungle's untamed spirit. But Tarzan knew that the jungle's heart would always beat strongest when its protector stood vigilant. And so, under the silver light of the moon, Tarzan let out a triumphant cry that echoed through the trees. A declaration to the wild that the jungle was safe once more.